So this video is going to teach you about the last few rules for using commas correctly. So rule number 6 is you want to use commas to set off a phrase that explains something in the sentence but is not necessary to the meaning of the sentence. And we call that an explanatory phrase or an appositive phrase. Okay? If you take out the explanatory or appositive phrase, the sentence still makes sense. And if you remember, when we see these words to set off, we need commas on both sides. Okay? So here's our sentence. Colton and Alex, 2 7th graders, are on Team Pegasus. So 2 7th graders is our appositive or explanatory phrase. So we need commas on either side. Okay? This phrase explains a little bit more about Colton and Alex, but if we took it out, the sentence would still make sense. Colton and Alex are on Team Pegasus. Okay? Rule number 7 is that we need commas in a date after the number of the day. If the full date appears in the middle of a sentence, we need a comma after the year also. So in this sentence, my sister was born on December 25th, 1987 in Worcester. We need a comma after the number of the date. And then since the year and the date appears in the middle of the sentence, we need a comma after the year as well. Okay? So the 8th rule is that we need a comma to separate the name of a city from the state or country in which it's located. And if the name appears in the middle of the sentence, we also need a comma after the state or country. So I work in Reading, Massachusetts as a teacher. Need a comma here between the city and the state, or the town and the state. And then since it appears in the middle of the sentence, I need a comma after the abbreviation as well. This one should be pretty familiar to you because this is something that we learned when we were learning about writing dialogue. We need a comma before or after most direct quotations. So Miss Anderson said, comma, we're almost done. We need a comma there because it is before the quotation. Okay? Number 10 is to set off the name of someone being spoken to. Now this one's really important, especially in this sentence. Let's eat grandma. Okay, if we didn't have a comma in that sentence, we might be eating grandma. We need a comma before, because we're speaking to grandma, to say, let's eat, grandma. Okay? Same thing in this sentence. Nora, would you please help me hand out the homework? I'm speaking to Nora, so I need a comma after her name to indicate that I'm speaking to her. And then the last rule is that we need a comma after the greeting and closing of a letter. So, Dear Julia, we need a comma here, and then we'd have our letter, sincerely, comma, Alyssa. Okay? So you can go ahead and take the quiz for rules number 6 through 11 in the comma folder.